bringing you news and information from around the Pacific Command. This is your AFN Pacific Report.
Thanks for joining us on this edition of your AFN Pacific Report. I'm Senior Airman Therese Garnier. Deputy Defense Secretary Ash Carter released a memo last week that gives more specifics on the 20% reduction in Defense Management Headquarters spending over the next 5 fiscal years. Carter said the cuts will take place regardless of budget levels approved by Congress. Carter stated the cuts are designed to streamline DoD management through efficiencies and by eliminating lower priority activities. Despite budget woes, service members around the world are pressing forward with reaching out to host nation communities. Troops on Kadena opened the base to local children affected by the March 11th disasters to demonstrate their humanitarian capabilities.
U.S. service members on Okinawa opened up Kadena Air Base to a special group of local nationals. The visitors were students and children affected by the 2011 Fukushima nuclear incident. Many of these students were displaced from their homes by the disaster, and the units from Kadena show just how the U.S. military can respond with help during a humanitarian crisis.
They got here, they got a brief from General Hecker, an introduction brief, and then right after that we pushed on to a 33rd Rescue Squadron demo. We had a helicopter fly in, and we showed them how we could do search and rescue operations and how they save lives.
At Kadena's Fire Department headquarters, the children were treated to a variety of training events that highlighted how the military can provide security and safety outside of combat operations.
Well, we get the opportunity to go to a lot of incidents and emergencies, and when you get the opportunity after someone suffered some serious trauma and maybe moving, and these children were displaced from the area, it's just awesome to be able to bring them out here and showcase what we do day to day.
In response to the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami, service members from across Okinawa deployed in Operation Tomodachi, providing disaster relief, food, and supplies. Lance Corporal Eric Waddell, Kadena Air Base, Japan.
Staying in Kadena, but taking to the skies, USFJ and 5th Air Force Commander Lieutenant General Sam Angelella took a bilateral refueling flight with a special guest.
The JASDAF Southwestern Composite Air Division Commander, Lieutenant General Yoshiyuki Sugiyama, and 5th Air Force Commander Lieutenant General Sam Angelella accompanied a bilateral refueling flight in which Japanese F-15s were refueled by an Air Force KC-135 Stratotanker. The goal of the flight was to help build the relationship between America's airmen and the airmen of the Japanese Air Self-Defense Force.
The 909th is the only active duty tanker squadron in the Pacific. And so this opportunity where we're going to refuel the F-15Js during a training sortie for the bilateral deployment to Red Flag, Alaska. It's an opportunity for the airmen of the two squadrons, the F-15J squadron at Naha and the 909th, to get to know each other.
Airman First Class William Hupp, Kadena Air Base, Japan.
Extreme humidity and chaos are not ideal conditions to compete in, yet this next group of soldiers in Korea fought the elements to see who was the best medic.
Medics from all over South Korea go through medical obstacles during the 8th Army Best Medic competition at Rodriguez Range.
Patient is breathing, not responding.
After providing proper treatment, teams must carry the wounded to the safe zone nearby in an abandoned building.
I can't quit, because if I quit, he's now out of the competition as well. With everyone relying on me, there was no out for me. I had to finish. I had to do my best. I had to try and win for everyone else.
Although Specialist Whalen and Private Stam came in 4th place, they know that being one of the last 7 teams standing is still a great accomplishment.
And it's nice to finally be done, knowing that I've accomplished this enormous feat.
I always like pushing myself further and achieving great things. One thing the Army is very good. What I like about the Army is it gives you multiple opportunities to do that as long as you just go through your chain of command or sergeants.
After 4 grueling days, where 15 teams started, only 7 made it through. Stam and Whalen, the only junior enlisted to make it to the end, both receive a certificate of achievement for completing the 8th Army Best Medic competition at the Hansen Gym on Camp Casey. Army Sergeant Stephen Donaldson, Camp Casey, Korea.
Coming up, a beach blast in Okinawa. But first, let's take a look around the Pacific Command in today's snapshots.
Vice President Joe Biden greets an Air Force flight attendant during a visit to Hawaii. An MV-22 Osprey arrives at Iwakuni by ship before flying to Fatemna to start flight operations. Airmen play soccer with children from a local orphanage during a summer fun day at Kunsan. And that's a look around the Pacific Command in today's Snapshot.
Shifting to Bahrain, the Vice Chief of Naval Operations paid a visit to USS Squall and discussed the importance of a strong naval presence in the Middle East and the Western Pacific.
We're a Navy that has to be where it matters, when it matters. And we have to be visible and present around the globe for several reasons. First is to deter aggression and to ensure the maritime safety, everything from counter-piracy operations to maritime security operations. Just our presence here deters aggression and provides stability. Second is to reassure our allies and our partners around the globe. In this region of the world, a large percentage of the world's oil supplies flows every day through the Straits of Hormuz. And our working with our allies through the most recent mine countermeasure exercise, the presence of our carrier forces and our other ships, and in reality, the presence of the Fifth Fleet is a demonstration of the determination and the resolve of the United States to be forward. But it's not just here. In this theater on a given day, we have about 30 or 40 ships operating every day. In the Western Pacific, about 50 or 60 on a given day. And similarly, in other parts of the world, the U.S. Navy provides that vital presence for stability. So the mission here is very important.
Service members all face the decision whether to re-enlist or get out. Thankfully, soldiers in Korea are getting some help to make sure whatever choice they make is an informed one.
More than 80 2nd Infantry Division career counselors listen closely to an instructor on how to advise soldiers about their Army career at the Camp Casey Community Activity Center. The 40-hour-long course is taught by instructors from the Recruiting and Retention School at Fort Jackson, South Carolina.
I enjoy teaching. Part of my drive to do it is, for a long time as a soldier, I didn't know what it took to be successful. You kind of feel your way through the career and eventually somebody explains it to you. So by coming out here, I have 80 soldiers, 80 NCOs in this room where I can share my knowledge with them. So hopefully they can share their knowledge with somebody else. Because if we shared our knowledge, we'd have people that are more successful instead of trying to figure it out on your own.
Sergeant Whitney brings years of knowledge about helping soldiers understand their options when it's time to re-enlist, which will help these career counselors.
I want to be able to provide monthly counseling on soldiers who are coming up on their re-enlistment windows, to be able to provide them information so they can make informed decisions about their futures, whether inside or outside the Army.
I had never PCS at a Fort Bragg. But
one of the key points I've taken away so far is ask a soldier, what do you want from the Army? So I can now actually be able to help them answer that question.
There are many things to take away from this training, but Sergeant Whitney also wants these career counselors to remember one key element.
I want every person that's here to take from it how important it is to counsel and mentor soldiers and bringing them, showing them what it takes to be successful, identifying those who don't meet the standards, and how we're going to develop those who do to be successful. And if nothing else, when they leave here, they know how important that is.
Whether or not we want to keep you or not. Okay? For the QMP.
Specialist Pedro Amador, Camp Casey, Korea.
Free food, drinks, and a DJ, complete with sun and sand. That was more than enough to get these Okinawa service members out of the barracks and on the beach.
The Schilling Community Center's Single Airman program held a beach bash at Kadena Marina. The event was open to all service members.
The crowd was treated to free food and drinks while a DJ played a variety of music.
Everything is free, and that's one of the great things. They can just come out for no cost, or free 99 as we like to joke with them, and enjoy it.
The Single Airman program also offered free rentals of inner tubes, paddle boards, and life jackets. The goal of the beach bash was to treat single service members to a day outside the barracks.
Don't let the name mislead you. It's not just for airmen. We're very purple here, so we take care of all single active duty, all ranks, all services, but just the name is called the Single Airman program.
We heard the word earlier in the week that there's going to be a beach bash. You know, a bunch of people having a great time. So we spread the word to our our peers and then our junior Marines that have a great time. Come out, enjoy the sun, have a great time doing it.
Lance Corporal Eric Waddell, Okinawa, Japan.
You'd probably need an iron stomach to eat a sub, 2 tacos, a slice of pizza, a burger, and chicken strips in one sitting. I'm getting full just thinking about it. The Kunsan Food Court hosted an eating challenge, and you're about to see which belly came out on top.
Meet Air Force Staff Sergeant Clell Hansen. He's bringing an empty stomach and a big appetite to Kunsan's food court for a challenge. His mission? Eat 1 hamburger, 2 chicken strips, a 6-inch sub, a slice of pizza, and 2 tacos in one sitting before everyone else.
We all went to basic. I don't think I ever left basic. I'm hungry.
The competitors have 10 minutes to complete the 5-course meal. Sergeant Hansen gets ready. A few airmen managed to get some of the food down. For others, their eyes may have been a bit bigger than their stomachs. Senior Airman Evans wins the challenge. Sergeant Hansen, not too happy with himself, explains how he felt during the race.
My jaw locked up on me, right on the chicken.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I slowed down so much. Like, I was in first most of the way until I hit the chicken, and my jaw was just like...
For Staff Sergeant Hansen, there's always another time to finish first. Air Force Staff Sergeant Will Bracey.
Walk of shame.
Kunsan Air Base, South Korea.
That's it for this newscast. From all of us here at AFN Pacific, thanks for watching.